Greek mythology does not begin with a god. It begins with a question no god can answer. Before the gods had names, before the sky knew it was above the earth, before time learned how to move forward, there was something. Or perhaps not something. The ancient Greeks called it chaos. Not a god, not a monster, not a ruler. Chaos was the condition that allowed everything else to exist. And it begins with one question. Why is there something instead of nothing? Chaos is often misunderstood as a deity, but in Greek thought, chaos has no will, no desire, no personality. It does not speak. It does not judge. It does not create with intention. Chaos is the gap, the open space where definition has not yet arrived. Imagine existence before categories, before light and dark, before up and down, before cause and effect. Chaos is that condition. It is not evil because evil requires values. It is not good because goodness requires comparison. Chaos simply exists as the possibility for existence itself. The Greeks did not fear chaos because it threatened them. They respected it because everything, including the gods, depends on it. Chaos is not the first ruler of the universe. It is the first fact the universe must accept. In chaos, there is no order waiting to be discovered. There is no hidden structure beneath the surface. There is no time flowing forward. Time itself has not yet learned how to move. Without order, there can be no past or future, only a boundless present without sequence. This is important because it tells us something radical about Greek cosmology. Order is not eternal. Order is temporary. It is something that emerges, not something guaranteed. Chaos is a reminder that structure is fragile, that stability must be built, and that everything humans rely on, rules, cycles, laws, exists only because chaos allows them to emerge and remain. The universe does not promise coherence, it merely permits it. Chaos introduces existence without purpose. There is no divine plan hidden behind it. No moral objective. No final destination. The universe does not begin with meaning. It begins with presence. Something exists, and only later does meaning attempt to catch up. This is why Greek mythology feels different from many later traditions. It does not begin by telling us what life is for. It begins by showing us that life appears first, and only afterward asks why it matters. Chaos represents that unsettling truth. Existence does not owe us an explanation. Meaning is something that must be constructed, not revealed. Many creation stories ask, who made the world? Greek myth asks something stranger. Why is there a world at all? Chaos is not an answer to that question. It is the reason the question exists. The Greeks accepted that the origin of everything might be unknowable, and that this ignorance was not a flaw, but a feature of reality. Chaos teaches humility. Even the gods will later rise from conditions they did not choose and cannot fully control. From the very beginning, Greek mythology insists that power does not equal understanding. Chaos can be understood as a wound in existence itself, not a tear that destroys reality, but an opening that allows it to exist at all. It is a rupture in nothingness that never fully closes. Chaos is not replaced when the universe begins to take shape. It remains underneath everything that follows, invisible but essential. This is why chaos is never defeated, never imprisoned, and never erased from Greek myth. It cannot be conquered because it is not an enemy. It is the condition that makes enemies possible. Whenever systems weaken, whenever structures collapse, whenever certainty fails, chaos becomes visible again. Not as destruction, but as exposure. The Greeks did not imagine chaos as something that ended. They imagined it as something that always waits beneath order.
It waits beneath order,
reminding existence that stability is borrowed, not owned. Chaos does not speak. It offers no commandments, no warnings, no promises. This silence is not peaceful. It is demanding. Without instruction, existence must discover its own direction. The universe is not told what it should become. It simply begins to become. This silence forms the philosophical backbone of Greek myth. Gods will later speak, argue, threaten, and decree, but they emerge from a condition that never did. Chaos gives no guidance, only possibility. And possibility is dangerous. It allows creation, but it also allows collapse. It allows growth, but it also allows error. In this silence, there is no guarantee that anything will turn out well. Every structure that forms must justify itself through endurance, not divine approval. Chaos does not care what survives. It only allows survival to be tested. In chaos, there is no morality, no justice, no balance to restore. Right and wrong require memory, intention, and comparison. Chaos exists before all three. This is why Greek mythology never treats morality as a cosmic law. Ethics are not written into the fabric of the universe. They are built later by gods and humans alike and enforced imperfectly. Chaos is indifferent to suffering and success in equal measure. It does not punish cruelty, and it does not reward virtue. This idea will later haunt the gods, who attempt to impose order and justice on a universe that was never designed to support them. Chaos reminds Greek thought that morality is fragile. It exists because beings choose to maintain it, not because the universe demands it. From chaos, differentiation begins. Not through intention, but through possibility. The first act of existence is not creation, but separation. Distinction appears where none existed before. something becomes not something else. This moment is subtle, almost imperceptible, yet it changes everything. Once separation exists, identity becomes possible. Once identity exists, complexity follows. Chaos does not disappear when this happens. It simply recedes, allowing structure to form above it. The Greeks imagined this not as a triumph over chaos, but as a temporary arrangement within it. Separation is the beginning of order, but also the beginning of conflict. Because once things are distinct, they can collide, compete, and collapse. Chaos remains the space in which all distinctions are tested. Chaos never ends. It is not a phase the universe outgrows. Even when gods rise and systems form, chaos remains present as the foundation beneath them. Greek myth insists on this continuity. Every order stands on something that does not promise to hold it forever. This belief explains why Greek stories are filled with cycles of rise and fall. Titans overthrow gods. Gods fear replacement. Heroes fail despite divine favor. Chaos is not the villain of these stories. It is the constant condition. It reminds existence that permanence is an illusion. Stability is something achieved repeatedly, not something granted once. Chaos waits patiently beneath every system, not to destroy it, but to prove whether it truly deserves to remain. Beneath the drama of Greek myth lies a quiet fear that meaning can dissolve, that order can fail, that even divine power is not absolute. Chaos embodies this fear without exaggeration. It does not threaten existence. It reveals its vulnerability. Gods may rule, punish, and command, but they cannot erase the condition from which they emerge. Chaos is the reminder that power does not equal permanence. This fear shapes Greek storytelling. Triumph is never final. Victory is always temporary. Every system exists under the shadow of collapse. Chaos does not cause that collapse. It simply makes it possible. When humans look into chaos, they recognize themselves. Mortals live without guarantees. They act without certainty. They construct meaning in a universe that never promised it. Chaos is not distant from humanity. It is shared ground. Both gods and humans emerge from uncertainty. Both struggle to impose order. Both fail. This shared origin is why Greek myth does not separate divine and mortal experience as cleanly as later traditions. The gods are powerful, but they are not safe. Humans are fragile, but they are not insignificant. Chaos places both on the same existential footing, beings acting within conditions they did not choose. Paradoxically, chaos is also freedom. Without a predetermined design, existence remains open. New forms can arise, change is possible. Growth does not violate destiny because destiny has not yet been written. Chaos allows transformation without permission. It is terrifying,
Primordial matter
but it is
changes
also
gently,
the reason
without
anything new
authority
can
or
emerge.
command. No rules are violated because none exist.
In Greek thought, creativity does not come from obedience to a plan. It comes from navigating uncertainty. Chaos is the source of that uncertainty. It makes failure possible, but it also makes originality unavoidable. There is no ruler in chaos, no hierarchy, no command. Authority does not exist yet because nothing exists to enforce it. Power will come later, and with it, domination, resistance, and rebellion. Chaos represents existence before ownership, before control, before legitimacy. It is the last moment where nothing claims to rule over anything else. This absence of authority explains why Greek myth is so skeptical of rulers. Power is always something added afterward, never something natural. Chaos comes first because nothing else can. Before structure, there must be openness. Before form, there must be space. Before meaning, there must be existence. Greek mythology begins here because it refuses to lie about certainty. It does not pretend that the universe began with clarity or purpose. It begins where understanding ends. Chaos is not an explanation. It is an admission. And that honesty shapes everything that follows. Chaos teaches a difficult lesson. The universe does not care whether we exist. And yet we do. Meaning is not given. It is created. This tension between indifference and desire defines Greek myth. Gods want order, humans want justice. Chaos offers neither. It only allows their struggle to unfold. Existence continues not because it must, but because nothing prevents it from doing so. Chaos is not a story. It is a threshold, a boundary between nothing and everything. Once crossed, there is no return to innocence.
And with it, a new era begins.
Existence has begun, and with it, consequence. The universe is no longer empty, but it is not yet meaningful.
The portal is open.
That task lies ahead.
The divide is crossed.
Chaos remains behind us and beneath us, marking the point where existence first dared to happen. From chaos, something begins to stabilize. Not a ruler, not a law, but a foundation, something that can hold form, something that can endure weight. In the next episode, we meet Gaia, not as a loving mother, but as the first surface upon which existence can stand. Before power, before gods, before meaning, there must be ground. And once ground exists, conflict becomes inevitable.